last we saw our heroes.
When last we saw our heroes. Yes. Where did I put my notes? Here they are. When last we saw our heroes. The heroes had been working on a feedback device to disrupt the commander's control of the Stormers. They were able to create the device, briefly communicated with the commander about what they knew, how the mind control worked, etc., and deciding that the information wasn't terribly useful, they cut off that avenue of communication. Ethan broke my game and figured out where the commander was during that broadcast, and Crucible, Portal, and Keone invaded the commander's base and destroyed at least this version of the commander's machine. At which point Mars said that he had things that he had to discuss with the team and invited them to follow him to his private lab, which is where we were going to pick up. For the sake of continuity, because Aunt Puppy is not here with us right now, we are going to sorry, the poll was distracting me. We are going to have Keone be with the heroes in NPC form.
Also, Deuce helpfully reminded me that we do still have our Trevor Project fundraiser link active until the 30th, so I'm going to share that.
Right, yes, so we did hit our goal for the Trevor Project fundraiser, which was fantastic, but if we can push it a little higher,
that would be amazing.
That would be all the better. Yeah, so Mars was going to take you guys to his lab. Not the lab in underneath the Mars Tech campus, and not his lab here in the building, but his original lab.
Super secret lab.
Uh-huh.
His super villain lab.
Yeah.
So if you guys are ready to follow him, he will lead you guys over to the elevator. I guess
I don't know about you, but the last few seconds feel like they took a month.
I'm trying to remember if you guys had. Oh no, you did. You had Tenfold and Singularity.
And what's her name? Livewire?
Not Livewire.
Trinity.
The electrical lady.
Trinity. And Chain.
We are completely evenly split if we want to build a snowman or not.
Yeah, so Trinity was like, no, I don't want any part of this, and is in her room.
Right.
Goth Girl is with us too, isn't she?
Oh, she is, yes.
Lady Hot Topic?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Mars does not want to take them to his lab. So Overwatch is going to escort them back inside the building while the rest of you go to his lab.
So what you're saying is Overwatch is going on Overwatch?
Yes.
Good man, Tommy.
And, also making it so that I have fewer NPCs I need to control, which is, always helpful for me. So, yes. So, yeah, he'll get you guys into the elevator, going down from, the roof down to the outside. But as he does so, as you guys get in the elevator, he passes his hand over a panel and another console opens up. And he pushes his thumb against it. And you feel the elevator go down, and then start moving vertically.
It's a Wonkavator.
It is a Wonkavator.
It is. Just underground at the moment. The trip takes only a couple of minutes. And then he will, the door opens and you see what looks like his office on Mars Tech campus, except that there are no windows looking out.
Well, he has an aesthetic.
And then he gestures to the bar in his office and says, drink.
Sure.
I could use one.
Yes.
Fiona, of course, has something very strong.
She just picks up an entire bottle of something.
Yep. Probably tequila. That seems like her aesthetic. Oh, kill the bot, kill the bot, kill the bot.
I got it. Stay on target. Oh. Negative. It didn't go in.
And Mars pours himself about 3 fingers of whiskey. Takes a sip, sits back in his desk chair, and then says, all right. You already know parts of this, but aside from the obvious reasons, you know, we know that this commander is not the original because, well, that was me. And my suit, and a panel slides down in the wall, is right there. The one on display is a fake. Because
That actually makes me feel a lot better.
You've heard bits and pieces, but honestly, at this point, you deserve a full disclosure. Roughly 30 years ago, I used to work for Harrison Electronics, which was a big name in the defense industry. I discovered that the CEO, Tony Harrison, was stealing my work and developing it on his own. And when I accused him of that, he instead turned over evidence to make it look that I was stealing company secrets, and he fired me. I also discovered that in addition to firing me, he put a contract out on me. With the local police bought and paid for to look the other way, I fled to the mountains to escape a hit squad. And while there, I stumbled across the wreckage of an alien vessel. I went inside looking for shelter, and for some reason, I don't know what, it decided to protect me. And the hit squad, well, they never stood a chance. He takes another long drag of his drink, emptying it, and pours himself another. It took me weeks to understand even the basics of the technology, but eventually it was enough for me to adapt and use. I wanted my revenge on Harrison. And more than that, I wanted to test the limits of this tech. And so that was when the commander was born. I went and did the typical supervillain posturing things so that I could get superheroes to challenge me. That way I could test the technology. But I always chose targets that would in some way hurt Harrison Electronics. And my plan worked pretty well, in fact. I ruffled a few feathers within the chamber, but I succeeded in hurting Harrison. He had no idea what hit him when I was able to buy the company out from under him after its stock fell. And Mars Tech took its place and grew in leaps and bounds with me using what I had learned from studying the alien tech. But of course, I couldn't really guide Mars Tech to its full potential and be the commander at the same time. I saw my opportunity for a fresh start during the Terminus invasion, and I took it. Since then, I have devoted my life to running the company full-time. And then the storm happened. Your presence let me culminate my efforts over the last few years. I've been trying to make Emerald City respectable, and heroes like you are a part of that. But I didn't bring you here just to tell you a story. I brought you here because in my vault, right on the other side of that door, is where the remnants of the alien technology sit, which I believe is the source of the nanites that created the Silver Storm, and is probably related to whatever you saw underneath, coming up out of the ocean. I think that by working together, we can come up with a device similar to the one that the commander made, but that will instead make sure that no one ever uses the nanites to control the Stormers.
Well, let's get to it.
So while he's telling this story, I am going to dig through every database, public record, private record, whatever that I can. I want to know if this Harrison person has a child.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Roll. Roll. It's a 20.
No. Tony Harrison does not have any children. He is a confirmed bachelor.
So he doesn't have any that he knows about.
Or was a confirmed bachelor. He shot himself.
Oh,
Do you have any family at all?
He had a sister who was uninvolved with the company. His parents have already passed on. Nothing weird about their deaths. They both died of natural causes some years ago.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
it
Okay.
literally took a giant alien ship, entity, something coming out from under the ocean for you to finally be honest with us.
I've never been dishonest with you.
Other
I
than my
didn't
own
te-
mission.
I didn't tell you everything, but I never lied about any part of it. I told you that I believed that the nanites were developed from technology that was related to my suit. You've known that I was the commander since shortly after we began working together. No, I did not give you all of the details, but I have never lied to you about anything.
Oh man.
But
we also never asked for the details.
no, you didn't. And it's not like any of you have been forthcoming about all of the details of your personal lives before we started working together either. I certainly know some things, and I won't pretend that I didn't have research done on each of you.
This is
But-
not the team that gets to pretend like we're not super big on secrets.
But I've never lied.
When he says that, like that wants to pretend like we're not super big on secrets, he will pointedly look at Keone.
Right.
Like,
Meanwhile, Portal will pointedly look at him.
Yeah.
Thank you for resubscribing, Brandon. Who do you want to give your hero point to?
Me.
This is my surprise face.
see, I don't spend my subscriptions here on Tuesday nights. I do them on Monday nights because I give them to the Moon twins.
I usually use my subscriptions on our night, but I very rarely keep the point for the GM.
Lord knows those Moon twins need to help.
They
That-
really, well, It's
That's
because somebody seems to hate them.
Yep. Anywho, but Mars will also at this point say, look, I have tried to be forthcoming, but no, without, obviously I have my secrets. I have tried to give you the autonomy and lack of interference that I promised. I'm willing to step away from this relationship if that's what you want. But I think that we've done some good together, and I still trust all of you. That's why I told you everything. But I also don't necessarily expect anyone to reveal all of their secrets until it's time.
Well, I can't speak for the whole group, but I, for one, would like you to remain a par. I'd like to continue the relationship.
Your secrets don't bother me. What bothers me is that I think we need to focus on the problem at hand. The problem at hand is not anyone's secrets at the moment.
I tend to agree. Crucible,
So,
Dr. Irons, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I have many, but none of them are for here and now.
Similarly, we need to find this thing and stop it before it hurts anybody else.
In that, I completely agree.
All right, so let's take a look. Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to a map.
a map.
So Mars opens a door, which reveals a corridor that is rather long and fairly wide. Did I put dynamic lighting on this? No, I did not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Just wanted to make sure before I started telling you things that you was like, I don't see anything. At the end of the hallway are a set of double doors with 2 security robots of a design that you've never seen before. Each of them holding large alien-looking rifles. They are originally standing in front of the door, but they both step aside as Mars approaches with all of you. And then the doors open to reveal a warehouse-sized room with vents, but no windows. And the doors open into a large underground warehouse, roughly 100 yards long, almost as wide, with a 40-foot high ceiling. Used but well-organized workstations and testing sites cover the floor. And in the center console, I don't actually have it well represented on the map, but there is like a central thing on a workstation right here.
Mhm.
Is a larger object that looks kind of like a metallic icicle sitting on its side. There are cables connected to it that run to computer stations, and there are bits and pieces of similar alien technologies strewn around the room. And Mars gestures and says, "Welcome to the vault." For years, this has been, in many ways, the real core of Mars Tech. This vault sits underground in a secure location. There are 10 feet of concrete between that ceiling and the sub-basement above. And the only living soul who's ever been inside this room is me. And now you. And anyone who has even a single rank in technology can immediately recognize the similarities between the ship of Telex that came out of the ocean and the piece of technology that is sitting on the table.
How does it feel?
Yeah, that's a good question. It is not an alloy of steel or iron that is from Earth. You are very aware of that. In many ways, it seems like even the solid pieces of it are actually huge clusters of nanites that are together, inert, but are just, all clumped together. It does feel inert. You're quite certain that it is not active and has not been active in decades.
I'm just gonna raise my hand over it and try to really memorize its feeling and try to tune in on it. Does it feel magnetic?
You are fairly certain it is susceptible to your magnetism, but you also feel like using magnetism on the nanites is going to be challenging in a way that you're not used to. Like I said, it's not a terrestrial steel or iron. Your guess would be that parts of the nanites are a metallic or a magnetic metal, but other parts of it aren't. So
interesting. Do the robots feel like they're made of something similar?
The robots seem like they are made of conventional Earth materials, but are very advanced. You think there might be some nanites running around inside of them, but they are constructed of titanium and other similar alloys.
I'm interested in the Han Solos along the walls.
But what?
The Han Solos along the back wall there.
Oh, I see them.
Yeah, those are more of the security robots that are currently deactivated.
Okay.
How about the things lying on the beds, for lack of a better term?
Also deactivated robots. There are 6 other robots that are standing sentry up in the corner, which with the various with Seth's technology sensors and Ethan's magnetism, you would be very aware that those 6 are idle but active. They're they just don't currently have any orders to do anything.
So I assume that you have done all of the experiments on this technology, and
You'd be mistaken. I've done a lot, but I'm still learning things from it.
well, let's start with the basics. How does this technology react to EMP?
Highly resistant. It will shut down when in the presence of an EMP pulse, but it will reboot very quickly.
Considering that you were wearing it, have you discovered any weaknesses?
No significant ones, and in fact, it is highly adaptive. My armor was capable of responding to any sort of attack and reconfiguring to make itself more resistant to that attack in the future. My armor was not fully made of this technology. It was inspired by, and it wasn't able to retain the defensive adaptations it made It would have to overwrite them as it had adapted to new threats, but it was highly adaptable and did not have any significant built-in defense weaknesses. But like I said, I do believe we can come up with a jammer that would affect the nanites, and most specifically that control mechanism within them.
What do you need us to do to help?
Well, Professor Cephalopod, your intelligent and technological skills are on par with mine. I don't see a need for either of us to have the ego to say which one of us is leading it, but I would like to work on it in conjunction with you.
I would also like to aid.
I technically have a 10 in technology.
I have a 6, but also the teamwork advantage.
Yeah.
I also have the teamwork advantage. I have flat technology at 19. I have robotics at 10. I have engineering at 11. I feel like these are sentient computers, so I have neuroscience at 13 and computer science at 10.
They are sentient, but they are not. They do not have neurons.
I'm just saying, I'm ready to go.
I have a technology of 5.
Okay.
I can help a little.
Here, hold this.
3/4 of the time. 3/4 of the time.
Mars has a technology of 21.
I'm also willing to help as a guinea pig, since you guys need nanites to mess with.
Has everyone already forgotten that I also have nanites?
No. Carol has not.
Because
Ethan assumes those are unrelated nanites.
they're not. He specifically told you you're not the only stormer on this team.
Yep, yes.
Yeah, but robots can't be stormers, right?
Did this conversation actually happen in character, or was that...
Oh yeah, no, it happened.
Okay. Carol is now very concerned about Ethan.
Ethan has been convinced since day one that the octopus is a red herring.
Yep.
That the robot is the...
I feel like this was the first time that he said all of this nonsense out loud in front of Carol.
That's probably true.
Probably.
So she's just like, child, what?
Yeah, the robot has a pet octopus. But it makes sense not to let all your enemies know what your deal is, right?
As Mars has so eloquently shown us.
What would you like me to roll?
Look at that, Mars. My idiocy became your problem.
Carol is so angry at him.
Really? So Mars is certainly willing to assist you if you would prefer.
He's got the higher bonus, so
He does.
Seth is not your standard egotistical genius. He's used to working with other people because he knows that's how you progress faster.
Yeah. And then along the same lines, honestly, neither is Mars. Mars is, he's secretive, but he's not, and he is a bit of an egomaniac, but he's not a narcissist. He understands the importance of working together.
I'm going to go ahead and roll to attempt to aid.
Okay.
I do.
Hold on one moment. I need to remember how, because I can't remember if it is just a flat DC 10 or if there is a...
It is a flat DC 10 to aid, and if you can get 3 degrees of aid, you can get a +5 bonus to somebody, but it caps out at that +5.
Okay.
So even if we all
Oh.
succeed on aiding, we'll all get. It'll just be the +5 bonus for max.
I was so close to getting that +5.
Would we? So would it be possible for Mars and I to both be working on parallel items?
I'm
And
aiding
so-
Seth and Brandon is aiding Mars kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Sure. I think that would be doable.
I don't know if this is like a skill challenge where we have to get a certain number of successes, or if it's just a one-time dealio.
So it's going to be mostly a single roll, but it is going to take a significant amount of time. Although Mars is able to work faster than you would have thought. Mars has quickness limited to mental tasks.
Yeah, okay.
So, but yeah, so Brandon is going to give him a +2.
Does
Joe, what did Dr. Irons get?
I got a 26. I'm sorry.
So that'll give a +5 to whoever Dr. Irons.
all right, so the married couple will work together.
Who is capable of aiding.
And I will help Ethan. I'll help Portal and Max Mars.
Okay.
I get a 22 for my aid check.
Okay, right, because you have teamwork.
Yep.
So 22 is not going to be enough to pump it up to the 3 degrees, but
with Portal's contribution, it should be.
oh yeah, I guess. Okay.
The three of them are working together, and the two of us.
Okay. So then, yeah, Wookie, give me a technology check with a +5.
Oh, that's god awful. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Hero point?
No, absolutely not. That is not allowed to happen.
This is like the technology check of the series.
And she rolled a nat 2.
Yeah. So that's
That becomes a 37.
+5 is how does math work?
42.
Seth is a genius. I'm not.
42, which is, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
I also have teamwork if that does anything.
Not if you're the one being aided.
Okay.
So Mars also has a +5. Mars does not have hero points to spend, but
Come on, Mars, don't mess it up.
I still got Mars as a GM roll. I rolled a 36. So with the 8, that becomes a 41. So working in concert, Mars doing basically a lot more of the conceptualization, drawing the blueprints and designs, while Professor Seth and Dr. Irons are actually starting to construct. You guys spend several hours building. Keone, I'm assuming, is sitting over in the living quarters that are over on the side there, probably drinking.
Definitely drinking. Maybe making boob pancakes if there's a kitchen.
There is not a kitchen. There's a bar and there's a microwave, but there's no kitchen. Well, I mean, there's a sink and a fridge and some counter space, but there is not like a stove and all that. I'm going to go ahead and move Portal and Carol into the actual lab
Oh yeah.
instead of just hanging out in the.
Just hovering in the hallway.
How you don't need to do that. There's not going to be a combat or anything. So
No, of course not.
No, it's not like these robots are going to get taken over and attack us or anything. Hey, Carol, get over here.
Those robots are gonna fuck around and find out.
So the
they're gonna
5
mess
of
around with
you,
you and Keone?
huh?
So what? They're going to mess around with you, me, and Keone?
Yeah, basically. The 5 of you are hard at work on the jamming device. You've made progress. And then the vault starts to shake. At first, it is just a few quick jolts, but they grow in intensity until the entire room is vibrating violently. Tables start to tip, computers fall, some of the security robots stumble as they try to secure loose objects. And before you can act, you hear large cracks as the entire ceiling rips away.
We're under the tower, right?
Not under the tower, you're under a undisclosed location because you did feel yourselves moving.
Okay.
Laterally.
Max,
We got into an elevator at the tower.
Yeah.
Max, it's
Okay.
not supposed to do that, right?
Something has not just ripped the roof of the vault off, but along with the dirt and the building above from its entire foundation. As this
Ethan,
all
what did you do
registers,
this time?
what?
Ethan, what did you do this time?
As this registers and you realize that you see daylight ahead, you also see a group of silver-eyed stormers start to fly in.
Oh, yay.
So, two things. The first is everyone gets to have a hero point.
Yay!
How about we give back the hero point and this doesn't happen?
No. The second thing is I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Of course.
Not bad, not bad.
I did touch my token. Sorry. That was very loud.
Tonight the role of Aunt Puppy will be played by Joe.
And I guess I should go ahead and roll for Keone.
There goes. Fine, whatever.
You know, you rolled initiative like 3 times, Joe.
Did it actually show up?
Yeah, you had a 12, a 17, and an 11.
I'm sorry. It gave me the error saying that like you meant to do this, but you didn't select your character.
Well, no, you didn't, but it's still, I could see them. So,
Okay,
I'm going to give you the 12. That was your original roll,
fair.
which is better than your last one.
Yeah, I was fully accepting of that 11. I was like, whatever, you showed up, fine.
And Aunt Puppy, or not Aunt Puppy, but Keone gets a 24.
Hey, everyone, in case you want to be shocked, guess who's going first?
Actually,
Well, that we can see on the turn order.
right. So the first of the stormers who flies into the room is a woman who is floating on a cloud of electricity. This is a huge map for me to navigate. And I have a lot of NPCs to control again.
They really like that in this module.
They really do. And I don't mind it because one of the things that definitely was reinforced for me last night is no matter how much of a power level difference there is, it is hard to overcome the action economy imbalance with, 6 characters against 1. So I don't mind them doing teams. But it does make it a little bit more work for the GM. Go back to the GM overlay. Okay, why are you not letting me select people? Hey, there we go. Okay. So, yes, flying in on a, surrounded by a aura of electricity is a woman in a black bodysuit with a mask. Her her eyes are covered over with the silver sheen that you've all come to recognize. And she is still flying. And she is going to hurl a electric bolt towards Professor Cephalopod.
Interpose.
There we go. Actually, it's a burst area.
Oh, shit.
Professor Cephalopod, I need a will save.
$25.
So she gestures, a ball of lightning flies out of her finger down towards you, explodes outward, and creates a localized EMP, but your shielding holds.
Your EMP and shove it up your butt.
Yeah. Keone is going to come out this turn and just be like, what the shit?
Keone is going to stab things.
And she will actually get involved next turn. The next one of the stormers who comes leaping in from the roof, actually kind of parkouring across the
Why do some of these villains have to do the absolute most? Like,
They're so extra.
they really are.
kind of parkours down the ripped up sides. He is wearing a black hat and a leather trench coat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Has white face makeup on with black lipstick and black eye makeup. Kind of looks like the Crow.
Oh, God, he's some kind of like edgy mime.
That's Epiphany James.
Epiphany James.
You will also notice that he has sheathed, not sheathed, but holstered a pair of 45s.
Okay, then.
Good for him.
Good for him.
But he moves closer to all of you, and Crucible, Portal, and Mars need to give me a will save, except that Crucible doesn't because that is a mind affecting effect. But Mars and Portal need to give me a will save.
24.
That should be enough. Pretty sure it's not rank 14. Nope, you're fine. And Mars, too many sheets to keep open.
Too many sheets.
Mars also gets a 24. So you feel a brief wave of fear wash over you, but you are able to resist it. Portal. In addition to the folks who have already come down in here, you do see up top a large, for want of a better term, doughy looking person. You see a man dressed in a wizard's cosplay that looks silver.
This guy.
And then you see somebody wearing a hooded cloak that looks like he's barely wearing anything else other than the hooded cloak. He's wearing like shorts. And he is floating in the air. The sorcerer is also floating. Doughboy is standing on the edge. You also, looking up, can still see the underside of, the roof. So.
And the roof is 40 feet up. Okay.
And yeah, where the roof should be is 40 feet up.
So I'm going to move over to here in order to kind of maximize my ability to see things.
Sure.
So I can see as much as I can of the area. I am going to spend a hero point to activate Inspire. I'm going to tell everyone, all right, let's play this careful and smart. We know we're on the right track if she's coming after us. Stay focused. And remember, these guys don't know what they're thinking, so Kione, don't kill. +5 to everyone.
Yay.
All right.
And then I will go fatigued to activate my redirecting warp.
Good plan. Crucible.
Crucible is gonna. Who should get it? I'm gonna give it to the guy in the wizard outfit because he's in the wrong game.
Okay, so the guy in the wizard outfit is still up and outside the pit, but sure, not a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up this forklift over here and I'm gonna heft it at him.
Okie dokie.
Okay, have a forklift.
I would prefer you not, but okay.
Delivery.
It's gonna
Maybe
be
use a glass cannon.
Ethan is the glass cannon. It's just game recognizing game. I'm gonna use. I've got a +5 from Portal's Inspire, so I'll just use 5 points of power attack and chuck the forklift at them for a 23 to hit.
23 to hit.
Yes.
That will hit.
I need a DC 36 toughness save, wizard boy.
Did you say a Disney?
Yeah,
Yes.
he did start to say a Disney something.
That is a 19.
And it's not a 31.
It's a 36 I need. That's a difference of 17 if you want to just take him out of the fight and make it life easier for yourself, Aaron.
I don't, but I will.
He just falls to the ground with a thud.
It's like under the
forklift.
Yeah, I'll catch him in the twines of the forklift and I'll just team rocket him up into space, like away from here.
Okay.
Maybe not space, because he's not wearing a spacesuit.
Well, not space, but like
Just away.
into the horizon.
Okay. Are you going to take a move action?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up out of the hole.
Okay.
And
This will go out the hole.
yeah, Ethan's gonna look at himself and realize, oh no, I'm the reason that they know where we are.
Are you?
I'm the one with the nanites that this entity controls. It's got to be me, is Ethan's reasoning.
He keeps forgetting.
He doesn't know.
He does know.
Okay.
He does know.
Flying up out of the hole, you are going to notice something else. Because now that you're out of the hole, you can have perspective on the something else.
Uh-oh.
Which, at the moment, the rest of them couldn't see because they were still under the building.
If it's real bad, I'm gonna go back in the hole.
You have enough movement to do that.
You do. So yeah, what you're going to notice is that the building and the ceiling is suspended by a beam of some sort.
Like a UFO beam?
Sure is. Like a tractor beam.
Oh no. What kind of building is it that we're underneath?
Looks like it's probably a warehouse.
Does it look like anybody is like dangling off the side, or like somebody was working here when the roof got ripped off?
You don't see anyone yet.
Okay.
But I mean, it's also been less than 6 seconds since it all got yanked into the air. So,
Yeah.
Does he see the origin of the tractor beam?
I mean, interestingly enough, no.
Cool.
You know that's a better answer than yes. He sees the giant spaceship. So
Is it really?
The giant space ball.
I
yeah,
don't
Aaron,
think that's better.
Aaron, I would like to spend a hero point to use extra effort and not go fatigued.
Okay.
I would like to take an action to try and pull the warehouse out of the tractor beam's grip and put it on the ground somewhere safe.
tug of war, tug of war.
Okay. Sure.
Just in case, like, Bob is working here today, and is
No, I understand.
I think it's more like that the power to lift that building.
Oh, I've got the power in me.
He shook him
You
out.
got
He's
the
fine.
touch.
I believe in
You
Ethan.
got the power.
I'm not a
Okay.
slouch when it comes to
Knocks out
move
first round.
object.
Sure. Roll it.
Yeah, let me, my ranks in move object are 16. And I do get a +5 to this roll because of my Inspire. That's the main reason I'm
And
interested.
+5 because of me.
Yeah, that's why. That was the +5 for your Inspire.
Oh, Inspire, yeah.
I'm going to spend my other hero point to reroll because that doesn't seem high enough to steal it from the alien.
I didn't like that sound. That sound he made was bad.
Oh no.
35.
Is that
35
including
plus
+5?
5, so that's 40.
That does include the +5. I have a +16 usually. I rolled with a +21 instead of a +16.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Dang.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm the attacker. That means I win, right?
For those watching, the beam got a 35 as well.
Yep.
In fact, has the same bonus and got the same roll.
Yep.
And the aliens aren't even inspired.
Oh.
There is that.
There is that. Okay. So you're specifically trying to take the building, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to take the building and keep it in as much of one piece as I can.
Okay. There is enough steel and magnetic bits in the building that you're able to lift the building off of the chunk of rock that has been yanked out.
That's fine.
The rock is not likely to have people working in it.
No, it is.
The chunk of
Oh,
earth.
of course not. He's a famous actor. He has people working for him.
So I will take the warehouse and I'll sort of, as the floor breaks away from it, I'll take part of the wall and like put it like a messy sandwich and just sort of ease it down to the ground away from trouble.
Okay. I am going to give you a hero point for that.
And I'll look at everybody else and say, you all should run, but you're mind controlled. So, sorry, my Stormer brethren.
Mars is going to not stand out in the open because he has no weapons and no armor.
Alex, did you say it's a brotherhood of stormers?
I would say it's a brother. Well, brother. I
No.
say brethren because there's ladies and dude stormers, and non-gender specific stormers.
Yeah, Mars is moving his way out of the line of fire.
God damn it, Mars.
What?
I think he's going to his suit. That would be
I
the
hope
smart
he's
thing to
gonna
do.
do
How far along are we on this project?
Maybe halfway.
All right, I am going to spend my hero points
Hold on.
to.
There's someone on the initiative before you.
Okay.
Someone who, at the moment, none of you have seen.
I am going to just sit here and wait then.
I hope it's
Yeah.
not that dude with the sword.
No.
Stupid ninja.
I took his sword away.
So I am going to need Dr. Irons to give me a will save.
Um, mental stuff.
It is not a affliction.
Well, I was thinking of the nanite injection that I took to prevent the stuff.
Right. I'm trying to remember if that protected against all mental effects or just mind control.
It's mental effects if it's like mine.
I think that was
Or
the
it's
intent.
descriptor. Common descriptor mental immunity too.
Okay. In which case, no, you do not need to give me a will save. Professor Cephalopod, what would you like to do?
Hang on, I'm sorry. It says immune to mental afflictions, communication, and damage.
And yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I would like to spend my hero point
Uh-huh.
to power stunt the force field on my suit to create a dome around myself and the project.
I like it.
And I'm going to continue to work on this project as quickly as I possibly can, because that seems like the best course of action, because unless we break the connection, the stormers are just going to keep coming.
That's reasonable. Dr. Irons.
Do you want me in here? Excuse me. Do you want me in here helping you or out there fighting?
Oh, I definitely pushed you outside of the.
Okay. See you later. I am.
Otherwise, they're all going to die.
Yeah, I was just checking, dear. Did I see this guy? I know I saw him parkour in, but do I know that he is exactly right here?
Yes.
Okay, I do. Screw that. I'm jumping over here and booping him in the face.
Booping his snoot. Boop his snoot.
Do not bring guns around here. That is unarmed. Aha! 25.
25 will hit.
31.
31. Ow. Oh,
Oh, you booped his snoot real good.
I don't
that's
like
a
guns.
difference of 17. Okay.
You booped that snoot right off.
Tell us what happens.
Wow. Okay. I one-shotted him. All right. I'm sorry. It's just as simple as she is not killing him. She is knocking him out. And so she's just like suddenly lands in like skid lands in front of him and goes, "No, sir." Just a nice hook across the jaw. Just little. Probably have white paint left. It's fine.
Yeah. For what it's worth, you do notice that his guns were still holstered.
Oh yeah. Carol doesn't care for guns.
That's fair.
You could take them out and break them.
Oh yes.
No guns for you.
No. Crunch. Huh. Bye. Oh, hey, shoot, what's your name? Not
Sure.
Magneto Light.
Crucible?
Crucible?
Here's some ammunition for you. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
That was Joe.
We were literally at Pride together in the future yesterday.
You will know him very well
weird
6
sentence.
I
months from
kept
now.
wanting to say portal, and I was like, that is not the person who controls the magnetic stuff. Yeah, no, she's gonna toss the crunched up gun bits to Crucible, so he has like ammunition to use.
I will catch them and add them to my list of things to throw at people.
Okay. Next up are the robots.
question of the year: are the robots here to help us or hurt us?
Well, they double moved.
So it's still unclear.
Okay. Yeah, the robots are moving in. They seem to be converging towards Mars.
Oh no, like his robots. Okay.
The doughy guy is going to gloop his way in.
I don't like the sound of any of that.
All right. Yeah, he can jump right down into the middle of everything, which is what he will do. He's going to jump down right next to Dr. Irons. And he's gonna hold his action.
Okay. I'm concerned. Can I do some kind of check on him or no?
Sure.
Oh, metahuman. Shit. Never mind. I'm too startled.
Don't want to use your hero point on that one?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Not yet.
And then kind of floating in will be the guy in the cloak.
That's not the Gandalf wannabe, correct?
No, the Gandalf wannabe got crushed under a forklift.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's almost naked in a cloak.
He's like the dark version of you at Pride.
Almost.
Does he have furry boots on?
No, he does not.
Damn.
But the cloak means he has too much clothing on.
Yeah, he's going to float over towards Ethan, actually.
You ain't gotta do all that, man.
Where did you put your token? You're still down in the center of the map. I'm going to put you and him over, basically off in this little side area.
Cool. I added the little fight emoji to my guy too.
Okay. Yeah, I should put the flight emoji on him. Because he is floating. And as he gets close to you, he releases a cloud. I need a fortitude save.
He farts in your general direction.
Basically.
I don't know if this helps, but I am immune to sensory affliction effects, if that matters.
It is not a sensory affliction.
Cool. It's not the smell that's bad.
Nope.
Oh, 12. I will spend the hero point that I got for saving Bob in the warehouse for to make sure I don't get gassed to unconsciousness or anything horrible. It's 27.
27, you say? Much better.
That's about the best I could do.
So as the gas washes over you, you're able to resist it, but bits of it do permeate through your magnetic force field and armor, and you can feel your skin tingling and burning from the gas.
Oh. What's your superhero name? Captain Mustard Gas?
He just looks at you impassively.
Yeah. You're mind controlled.
Yeah. So that takes us to round 2. A couple of things are going to also happen. Everyone who is inside the the base still. I need a dodge save. Portal, you're fine. Dr. Irons, you're fine. And okay, so bits of rubble are still falling down from where the ground was ripped away, but you're able to avoid being hit by any of the rubble. The chunk of ground moves away from being directly overhead, moving out towards, towards where this. Ethan, you're in a position to see that wherever this is close enough to water that there's water nearby.
That's interesting.
Um,
Like there's a
and the ground
coastline.
is moving towards that water.
Okay. Like there's a coast nearby, and it's heading
Yeah.
that way. Okay, cool.
And that takes us to Electron, who really doesn't, realizing that she's not going to be able to do anything about that. The electronics in your suit, because apparently you're shielded, is just going to fire an electrical blast at Professor Cephalopod.
Okay.
Yes, I realize that, she's going to almost certainly be redirected by Portal, but,
One can hope.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and hit Doman.
Okay.
Will a 27 hit Doman?
Sure will.
Then it's the electrical blast's power level up to 12.
Okay. It is not that powerful. It was only rank 10. So Doughboy will make a save. I guess I can close Justicar's character sheet and Silver Sorcerer's character sheet.
Because they got knocked the fuck out.
Ow.
Oh dear.
That is a bruise and that is a fail by 11. So that is a stagger.
I mean, he wasn't expecting that.
It's not. Okay, that sucked. Kione is going to fly over, or ice slide over to Doughboy and swing her ice sword at him. Because that feels like the thing she would do. She would go towards the closest thing and try to stab it.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That checks out.
So. That is a natural 1.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure she would use her hero point to reroll that.
But she does, but I don't have a hero point to reroll for her. And yeah, just occur I can take off the tracker because he doesn't get a turn anymore. Portal.
Okay.
Oh, so Ethan,
Yes.
with the while the chunk o' rock is now being flown out to sea, that also means it is passing over all sorts of office buildings that were connected to this warehouse and people who have come out to see what is going on.
Well, that's not ideal.
Just something to be aware of.
So what I'm gonna do is attempt to taunt Doughboy. So it's my deception versus his insight, I believe.
Yes.
So I got a 24.
So I have a question. Is it his insight if he's being completely controlled?
Probably the insight of whoever is being controlled, or whoever's doing the controlling.
That's what I would think.
That's how I would rule it.
Oh no.
And she's probably got a higher insight.
Matter of fact, I think that's how I rolled it yesterday because something very similar happened.
Yeah. All right. It's actually not as high as I would have expected, but he failed by 3.
Nice.
Excellent. So I will say something. You know what happens to Doe when it gets struck by lightning?
No.
The same thing that happens to everything else. And I enrage him by making her remember that awful line. But more importantly, I have set up level 4, which means the other 4 can treat him as demoralized.
Okay.
Give me a second to look that.
So -2.
-2, yeah.
Yep, that gives him a -2 to all of his rolls.
Okay. And that's your standard?
Yep.
Okay. So Crucible, you're facing off against Mustard Gas Man. Not his actual secret hero name, but
Yeah, I'm actually not. I can't face off with him right now. I look down at the others. I'll say over the comms, "Hey, the city's in trouble. I'll be right back." And I will. Okay, I'm going to try to gather as much metal as I can to make a big-ass baseball catcher's mitt. And follow along that big chunk of rock to make sure no debris is falling down to kill the innocent people down below.
okay.
I'll take that
like
metal
it.
from cars, from the roofs of buses. I'll take it from street lamps, anything that I can just gather up into a big mass and make a big mitt with.
I like it. Yeah, no, I like it.
And I will at least follow it to, like, the coastline.
Okay.
And, oh, damn it, I thought I had, never mind.
What did you think?
I thought I spent equipment points to buy a mini tracer, but I did not. I have a Comlink multi-tool restraints and a tablet.
All right.
You know what? I will, in the interest of seeing if it works, I will move object my tablet onto the big rock as well. And hope I find my iPad turned on.
Wow.
Okay. Sure. I love it.
Because the chunk of rock is going out, not up, right? It's not going up to the mothership, it's heading out to sea.
But Alex, surely you mean find my generic tablet device.
Find my Mars pad.
Mars pad. Okay. Mars is going to move over to the security robot.
Oh, do you need me to roll anything to save the citizens?
No. You have enough move object that I'm willing to just say, yeah, I mean, that's your standard to do that. Sure, you can do that.
Yeah. And I will leave what fart's immediate vicinity.
Okay. Mars is going to move over to the security robots and yanks the rifle out of the hands of one of them.
That's a choice.
That is the extent of his turn, but... Okay. Portal. I need you to give me a will save.
I've already given you one. Can I just be done?
No.
23.
23. You get a bruise as something squeezes your brain.
Ow! Do I have any idea where it came from?
Give me a perception check.
28.
You get the sense that it came from where Crucible threw the forklift at the wizard, but you don't see an obvious target unless the wizard is still conscious underneath the forklift.
Okay.
Professor C.
How long is my force field going to last?
For the remainder of this scene, or unless you decide to drop it.
Okay. Then if it's still going to last, that's just what I'm going to keep doing unless I absolutely have to start fighting.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep working.
That seems reasonable. Dr. Irons, you have a doughboy in front of you.
I do. I am going to turn around. I'm kind of okay. Yeah, I'm fully turning around, and I'm going to do a foot stomp. Shoot, where's the line? Yeah, foot stomp. Never mind.
Okay.
This direction. Oh, now it worked. Wait, wrong one. There we go. Foot stomp. Oh.
And that is the line area damage.
Approximately.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 30 feet.
So you foot stomp and the ground ripples underneath Doughboy. Kiona is flying, so she wouldn't have been affected anyways, but she is on her ice platform, so she would be fine regardless. He doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all.
Interesting.
Boo.
Can I do an insight check to see why, maybe?
Sure.
Haha, 28. That is a net 18, yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably should have been metahuman physiology, but
I didn't want to do the same skill back to back.
yeah. It doesn't seem to affect him because the doughy nature of his body means that he's probably pretty resistant to any physical attacks.
Oh, hell no. This was not mine. Out. And she's gonna jump up to the top of the roof to get a look on what Crucible is up to.
Okay, he's going to take his held action.
Oh, shit.
Well, fuck. He was going to try to grab you.
Yeah, he tried.
Well,
What was that?
I don't think that's going to work. I can't really have him. Can I have him grab himself?
Well, wait. Didn't you use your standard action to demoralize?
You're right, I did. Never mind.
But it doesn't matter because he rolled in that one. So he will not grab you as you jump away.
It very simply, it's like, don't escape. No. You're squishy. Oh.
Because that was his held action, was going to be to grab you if you tried to move away from him.
Creepy.
Yeah, well, he is.
Yeah. Just landed at like the edge of the not crumbling roof, I guess.
Okay. So you can see the floating dude with wearing the cloak and a loincloth shorts. You can see Crucible is flying away, trying to catch debris underneath the chunk of rock that is moving to keep it from falling down and crushing people. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You see the silver sorcerer underneath the
Forklift?
hush you under the forklift. Yes.
Okay.
Was there anything else you wanted to do when you jumped up there?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. I'm going to move you over to join Ethan in the I'm not actually here in the middle of the fight. The remaining security robots are going to move. And they are going to unload a volley of fire from their cool looking blasters at the flying woman covered by electricity. And I'm not going to bother rolling for them because they can't get through her impervious. So, yep. These two robots, one of them no longer has a rifle. So the one who has a rifle is going to shoot at Doughboy. He will hit Doughboy. Who fails by 10. So, all right.
Oh, you know what? I've got a question about Doughboy.
I have an answer.
So when I redirected back previously and dazed him, and he held his action before that, right?
Yeah.
So just taking that action, how is that? Are they going to interact in any kind of way?
No, because that was his action from the previous turn.
Okay.
And then this robot is going to stand next to Mars because it doesn't know what to do since it doesn't have a gun anymore. Doughboy is going to try to grab Keone. Because that seems like a thing.
She's going to like that.
He is going to successfully grab Keone.
Now, nope, never mind. I keep forgetting. I did not do it this round.
She gets to resist with her strength. Or dodge, right?
Strength or dodge, yep.
All right. Holy shit.
Keone says,
and so
do not touch me, gross.
Yeah. The floating dude is going to float down towards Carol.
Here comes wet fart.
Yeah, right? Like,
Carol, I need a fortitude save.
Oh, no. I feel like this should be part of my stuff, but fine. I don't like that roll. No. Here's a hero point. No, I'm not having horrific memories from my childhood of my freaking uncles farting on my face. I'm not even joking. It was a game they played.
Here comes the trauma.
So 36. No, 34. I can math.
Yeah. Okay. Again, you feel your skin start to burn and tingle, but you're able to resist it. Go ahead and give me a treatment or a metahuman physiology roll.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's metahuman physiology. Yeah, because I have a 0 on treatment.
Oh, you're not that kind of doctor.
No, and that is a terrible roll.
There is. That's a 12.
It's fine. He's just wet fart man. That's what we're
Well,
calling him.
I'm gonna say because this is still like a few weeks after she got back from being in hell. Like she is just really caught off guard by very little clothing on this stranger. That's
Fair.
like you should really cover up. I'm not ready for this right now. Inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Like
For what it's worth, also, this
Wrap-
is not a man who should be running around wearing very little clothing.
oh, even worse. So
He is
let's
emaciated, has
Oh.
stringy white hair,
oh
wrinkles.
I think you need probiotics in your life.
Yeah.
That will help you gain weight and lose some farts because you must be really cold.
Clean your colon, sir.
You do not have enough on you to protect you. Like,
All right. Round 3. Nobody is still, none of the characters are underneath the ground, which is good. I mean, you're underground, but you're not underneath the floating bits of ground. Ethan, your little metallic catcher's mitt is suddenly crushed by several tons of rock that are just dropped.
Oh, that's not good. Are there any people down there?
I mean, there were some parked cars, and you don't think, but you're not sure.
Well, I've got a cop it. I don't have a hero point instant counter, so I'm gonna go down there and check when I get the chance.
Okay. New round. Back to Electron, who really is not sure what would be the best thing for her to do. But I think she's going to fly over and blast somebody. Yeah, she's going to blast down at Portal.
Well, that's not nice.
That is a 26 to hit Portal.
That will hit.
That is a DC 25 electrical blast.
Fun.
He done tased you, bro.
I failed by only 1.
Okay, so you take a bruise. Oh, Keone does not like being gooped.
No.
To be fair, it was an attempted gooping.
True. I'm trying to figure out whether or not Keone would realize, though, that he's immune to any sort of physical attacks or not.
Didn't she see that he had no...
She did.
I guess it's whether or not she would understand when Carol noped out. It was because she couldn't do anything.
Well, Keone has also been drinking and is Keone.
She sure is.
I don't think she realizes.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think she will move away from him because she doesn't like him being that close, and then she will ice blast him.
No touchy, no touchy.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough to hit, but again, the shards of ice seem to have no effect on his goopy form. Some of them even seem to pass right through him. Pretty gross, really. Portal.
I will look up at her and say, he's immune to physical damage.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
Just did.
I just heard Aunt Puppy's voice say, "What the shit?" in Aunt Puppy's accent.
Yeah.
What the shit?
What the shit?
And I will do redirecting warp.
Okay. Crucible.
I'm gonna go down there and make sure there's nobody in those smashed cars.
Okay.
You is there something you can do if there is anybody in those smashed cars?
I can unsmash the car and pull them out if they're alive. Or pull the car out if they're not.
Give me a perception check.
I would like to use my skill mastery to get a 24 on it.
Okay. So whether there are people in them or not, you can sense where all of the cars that are stuck under all of this rubble is. You could certainly use your move object to pull them out.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Even using parts of the cars to pull things out of the way and make a nice safety bubble for them.
Yeah, sure. So you're magnetically pulling out the cars, trying to make sure that they maintain integrity in case there's anyone inside. You do see that there are a couple of... 2 of the cars that you pull out did have people in them. One of them looks like he's unconscious. The other 2, or the 2 people who are in the other car, look like they're trying to, as soon as they're pulled out, they look like they're trying to scramble out, but also like they're trying to get dressed.
I won't give them a thumbs up. That doesn't seem like Ethan. But I will, I'll rip the doors off of the cars, tell the 2 people who are half dressed. Do either of you have first aid abilities?
I was a Boy Scout.
I will heavily sigh, and I will go grab the other person out, and I will try to stabilize them.
Okay. Do you have treatment?
I do have treatment.
Okay. Give me a treatment check.
Because Ethan was also a Boy Scout, just not a very good one. And Roll20 will let me know. I got a 16 to stabilize.
Okay. So you can actually quickly realize that he's unconscious, doesn't seem to have been thoroughly hurt. You're actually guessing that he probably had gone off into his car to take a nap at lunchtime.
Good for him. I'll look at the other 2, say, call an ambulance, and I will fly away.
Okay.
Back to the fight.
Back to the fight. Before we go back to the fight, I just realized it is already 9 o'clock. So why don't we go ahead and take our break here?
Yeah, that works for me.
Then we will pick back up with it being Mars's turn.
Cool. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody.